Hi, Purple Knights. How are you, darling? Thanks for coming over. I'm looking at my. Yes, honey, I'm good. I'm looking at my phone because I use it as my second screen when I'm on StreamYard. And it's not showing me that I'm live. Hi, Carrie. But I must be live because Purple Knights and Carrie are here. But where's my. Hmm. There it is. It took a second for it to that time delay thing. Hi, Hush Money. Welcome over. I'm glad to see you here. I love your channel, by the way. And thank you for letting me use your piece, on Benny Keys that day. Okay. So, Carrie, I am live, but you just saw it because you looked for it. I did send a voicemail. You know me. I'm kind of like, a little bit irresponsible with letting the mods know. But yeah, and I figure we're not going to have very many because Abigail McCool is not the hot topic for YouTube, is she? But she's going to be a topic here. There's not going to be a lot to talk about. I've been doing some research this morning. There's almost nothing about her. The articles that I find basically repeat the same information we had last night. Hi, Shorty Small. Thank you for coming. Hi, Frazzled Mom of Three. Hi, Where the Wind Blows. Thank you for coming back. Yeah, you'll go over and check out Hush Money. Yeah, Hush, we hadn't seen you over here in a while. I just figured you were busy with your own channel, although I haven't been getting any notifications that you're doing a whole lot, but I like what you've been doing. Good morning, Shorty Small. Good morning, Frazzled Mom. I never had three at once. I assume your username is implying that you are a frazzled mom of three. Mine were spaced out. Like my oldest was, we'll just kind of chit chat here until maybe we see if a few people are interested in learning what little bit there is to share about Abigail McCool. Good morning, Chief B. Good morning, Crime and Justice. Thank you for coming over, honey. Crime and Justice, I'm beginning. I have nothing but speculation on this 17-year-old Abigail McCool who walked away from her home on April the 15th down in Cabot, Arkansas. And Crime and Justice, Cabot is about a 40-minute drive. I mean, it's just a hop, skip, and jump right off of US Highway 167 that connects with I-40 and I-30 there at North Little Rock. and the traffic flow into Little Rock. And hi, Gypsy Girl darlings, let me highlight a few of you while I'm talking to Crime and Justice, because Crime and Justice has been working really, really hard to expose CPS issues. It's so hard for me to highlight and talk at the same time. I'm just not that good. So let me talk for a minute, and then I'll come back. Let me talk to Crime and Justice for just a second, or all of you, and then I'll come back to chat and say hi, and then we'll talk a little bit about Abigail. And I say a little bit because here again, there's not a whole lot. But Crime and Justice, honey, mere speculation. Mere speculation. Okay, this young lady has scars on her forearms. And she has run away. She's run away before. She ran away when she was 15. There are step parents. Every article I can find on the girl from the past runaway, it's like they're in this town, then this town, then this town. And Crime and Justice, I don't know exactly what it is I'm trying to get at. I'm trying to tiptoe around. Is CPS involved? If they are involved, is there a proper way to maybe find out if she's in the system? Has she been in the system? Crime and Justice, I know, no, honey. And it's so sketchy because it's so doggone sketchy. But Crime and Justice, I was live last night on this because I just learned of it a few hours before I went live last night. Although Abigail walked away from her home on Sun Valley Drive in Cabot, okay, I didn't get an Amber Alert because her situation, according to law enforcement, did not qualify for an Amber Alert. So although she walked away from her home on April the 15th, I didn't learn about it until I was watching Ruby Pearl. I always get it wrong, Carrie, help me. I was watching Ruby Pearl, Glamper True Crime Podcast. She is also here in Arkansas, and she was doing a live on Trinity case, the young lady who was kidnapped in Hot Springs, Arkansas, who has now been found, and there's an ongoing investigation and arrests have been made. And at one point during her live, I'm not sure exactly how she put it, excuse me, but Ruby wondered out loud, could there possibly be any connection with the young lady out of Cabot? And I was like, what young lady out of Cabot? Well, Abigail McCool. Now, I know nothing about any connection, can't find any connection. My opinion would be in alignment with Ruby Pearl, that the perp in the kidnapping of Trinity, the two perps, a 38-year-old man and a 19-year-old girl with another Tennessee, Arkansas connection. Anyway, I'm in agreement with Ruby Pearl that could this guy be a low-level pimp, a low-level trafficker, because he used a 19-year-old girl who had willingly come from Tennessee, clear across the state of Arkansas at Hot Springs, to be with this man, old enough to be her father, then they, or she, the young woman from Tennessee, lures Trinity and they kidnap her. Now that is standard operating procedure for trafficking and pimping. We know that. Those of us who work these, we know that. Thank you, Carrie. The Ruby Pearl Glamper True Crime Podcast, a fellow Arkansan, along with Arctic Fox True Crime. Hi, Shay. Hi. How's my Kentucky cousin this morning? So I just, yes, frazzled. And I did put in the title and whatever else comes up. And so this is cool that a few things are coming up. I don't know as much as a few other creators know about the Trinity case kidnapping. But I do know a bit about Hot Springs, Arkansas. I've spent a lot of time on Central Avenue in Hot Springs, Arkansas, where Trinity was kidnapped. I guess if you were going to do what it looks like this guy may have been doing, Central Avenue is the place to do it. Everything on Central Avenue, pretty much, the entire downtown Hot Springs, Arkansas, is a historical site. It is a national park. So part of the law enforcement there, and I've been wondering about this, but because I'm not literally covering the case, as usual, mostly questions seeking answers. And Ruby Pearl she's going to be looking, she's doing a deep dive into this. So one of the questions I posed to her, and I'm hoping she can find out, is the National Park Service involved insofar as law enforcement? FBI was certainly involved. There was an Amber Alert issued for Trinity. As a matter of fact, hi, Lisa Jones. Hi, Fruit Loop Blue Tea. Hi, Rhonda Bennett. Hi, Christine Nichols. I was modding a live for Purple Nights when the Amber Alert went off on my phone, sitting right back here behind me, for Trinity case. And Purple responded immediately since she was live and brought me up on panel. And it was such a wonderful, I mean, not the circumstance, not what we were talking about was wonderful. No. What was wonderful, and I said this last night and I want to say it again. I don't know if Purple, hi Grand Dragon, is still in our chat. She was first up when I went live. And that was a fine, in the true sense of the word, a fine example of two YouTube creators working together in real time in an effort to bring awareness to something that is going on right now in real life. The news articles that Purple was allowed me to share on her channel in that moment was no more than 27 minutes old. Now, y'all, of course, Purple and I are YouTube friends, and I mod for her, she mods for me. So, of course, maybe the door opened a little more easily there because of that. But I would like to see more of it. I don't yet know how to invite a guest and to drop the link for someone to come up. And I'm still very, very high comment. Would you like for me to display this? Because you evidently need some attention. Do you have further comment you would like to make? There's also a remedy for that. It's called KY jelly. Works really good. Oh, am I? Oh. Comment, I'm wondering about something. Are you aware of a 17-year-old girl? Her name is Abigail McCool. She was living down in Cabot, Arkansas. And on April the 15th, for whatever reason, we don't know because law enforcement hasn't told us, but she walked away from her home. And when she was 15, she ran away. And this little girl has scars on her forearms. Now, I haven't had any way to find out why. But do you have another comment for me I can put up? Comment? There you go. There you go, little precious. Are you feeling better yet? I don't want to let you go till you feel better. Yes, where the wind blows, that's what I'm afraid of. Baby, I'm not going to put it up where the wind blows. Just in case. That's what I'm afraid of. Comment, do you see a $sign anywhere? Have you ever watched one of my uploads and seen a commercial run during it? Do you know how to check and see if a channel has been monetized? Comment. How would you know? Have you been in it? My husband tells me it's nice and tight. And he's hung like a horse, so, you know. Anything else? Okay. Because I'm going to talk about a young lady who is right now in extreme danger. So, mods, how about you take a wrench and bust that motherfucker's head wide open with it? Now, we're going to go on with good morning, Cat's Eye. It's good to see you, darling. Y'all know how nervous I get over the screen sharing thing. So I am definitely back to what we were actually talking about. I'm still real nervous about the invite thing and having someone on panel. Y'all know what happens, and we don't want that here. So what I want to try to learn about that, and then we'll go on talking about Abigail, is I want to learn because, okay, rewind. Before I became a YouTuber, I appeared on a number of other channels on YouTube in a completely different genre, having nothing whatsoever to do with missing children, with crime. It was about religion. So those channels don't drop open links in a chat. They email or instant message or text, if they have the phone number, the link, and they email it right before you're to come up backstage, and you are the only one that can use that link. So I want to do it that way so that we're not exposed to the stuff that happens when you drop an open link. So that will be our next step. But in regards to the screen sharing, I do get really, really nervous because it's not like when we do it on the phone, you know, our old fashioned way. And I'm just sitting there just jacking my jaws and whatnot. Speaking of which, I need to bring that second screen back up if we're going to try to screen share. Okay. All right. And thank you all for being here. As I said, I realize that this is not Hi Bandits Tarot. I realize that Abigail McCool is a name that is not familiar, probably to any of you. But this young lady is practically in my backyard, or was. So this is what we do, and it's what we're going to do. And I want to finish with my commendation to Purple Knights and what I was saying about that. That networking on that morning when that Amber Alert went off, in my opinion, is the way we good channels should be working together. Because we're not here for us. Hi, Lisa Jones. We're here for the missing. So let's see. Yeah, Shay, you don't want to get P-bombed. So let me say good morning, and then we're going to screen share. I said hi to Fruit Loop Blue Tea. I've said hi to Carrie Bishop. You go, Carrie Bishop. Good morning, Rhonda Bennett. Good morning, Elizabeth Lander. And good morning, Shay Safe Place. Please go check out Shay's Safe Place if you haven't yet. Good morning, sweetheart. You need to call Kathy ASAP. She needs back her stereo system today. Oh, Bandit, whoever you're conveying the message to, I don't have it. Yeah, where the wind blows. Yeah. So I hate when I miss anybody. I know I caught Chief. I know that I didn't get to say hi to Mystic Angel. You're fishing? My husband would be jealous. And Carrie did. Okay. I think I said, hi, AP. Good, always good to see you. I hope you're still feeling well. So, Rita, I didn't see Rita. I'm sorry, honey. And I did catch Crime and Justice. You can. Hi, Cheryl McAfee. You can't. I'm not going to put them on. Okay, let's get back down to the bottom. Oh, I single mama 4. Oh, I precious chaos. And Lisa Irwin. Oh, you kids just kill me. Hi, cruising topless. Hi, Mallory Young. I entered a few wet t-shirt contests in my day. You love fishing. Oh, you have a pond in your backyard. Mystic Angel, my hubby, we live pretty much in town on the outskirt, kind of skirting on the edge of town, in the old part of town. And so we don't, our place was a farm in 1939, a blueberry farm. Had big truck patch out back. If you don't know what a truck patch is, it's a great big garden. Big enough that you can put some in a truck and take it to town and sell it. But over the years before we acquired the place 8.5 years ago, it was one of those where the original couple that this bungalow was built for as a house raising in 1939 by their friends and family. So nothing is plum, Mystic Angel. But, and that's okay. They had children, and so it was like, well, we'll divide off that, like down yonder in Tennessee. Same up here in Arkansas. The daughter gets a place over here with her new husband, and they build a house, and but the creek still runs, and not across where I am, but I can walk down to it and whatnot. Yeah, Precious Chaos, blueberries. If you ever notice, Precious, when I do, like yesterday, a lot of my viewers, let's see, how can I put this? I don't have a second channel. I'm not going to. Anything and everything I do comes on here. When I'm talking about, hi, Frosty, when I come on, like today, I mostly bill myself as a missing persons advocate. But then, like yesterday, I'll do a pre-recorded upload because a number of my viewers are cat lovers and we're cat rescuers. We have other cat rescuers that come and watch us. I'm an avid flower and herb gardener, more flowers than herbs these days. But I have a number of gardeners who join and enjoy. They tell me in their comments, hey, thank you for just a stroll through the yard. So my point, Chaos, is this about the blueberry thing. If you notice in any of those type uploads I do, there are very gentle terrace ups to the north of the house. And that's where the actual big blueberry field was. And as it slopes very, very gently, almost imperceptibly to the naked eye. But if you're old country folk like these people were and the people I came from, and you grew your own food, you knew how to do a gentle terraforming in order to bring all the runoff to where it would be the most beneficial. And in my case, it's what is now the backyard where the truck patch was. And the everything terraces very gently and brings the water flow down to where the garden would have been. And now I have a little, like a little victory garden kind of thing, you know, just enough for Bob and I. And hi, Sarah May. Thank you for coming over and sharing with others. The violets have started blooming. You can barely see them, Cheryl, if you saw yesterday's. Oh, there's Brianna. Brianna, I'm glad you came back. Brianna came in chat last night about Abigail, and Brianna has been in touch. Brianna, I will let you put in chat because I messed it up in last night's live. When I watched it back, honey, I realized I was saying that you were in contact with a close friend of Abigail, and that's not what you told us. So please correct me in chat. And Chief B, I will tell Bob hi. He's at work at the lumberyard. Okay, so I think I've talked enough to get over being nervous. I certainly talked long enough to let my second screen go back down, which I need to make sure that you guys see what I put up. And so, okay. There we go. So, Brianna, please feel free to chat openly in regards to Abigail. Please feel free to correct me on anything I may get wrong. I'm pretty much going to just stick with what we've got, news articles and the Cabot Police Department Facebook page that has Abigail on it. And to go back also to what we were talking about a while ago, let me go ahead and see if I can get one of these up. We're going to look at the new, y'all, mainstream media is not really giving this a lot of coverage. Now, what I want to do, if I can bring up the correct one first, is to substantiate to you that this baby has run away before. Okay, on my screen, it's showing Precious Chaos, honey. Honey, I live 40 minutes away from this darling, Precious Chaos, and I did not hear about her until yesterday evening on another YouTube channel. Okay, now it looks like you darlings can see what I'm seeing. So now this is an older article from the first time this baby ran away. Now, we've not been told that this time she ran away. We're told she walked away. And evidently she has done this several times, but she's always come back. This time she's been gone since April 15th. Hi, New Orleans lady. So the reason I wanted to show you this is because I said a while ago that she had run away before. And maybe that's why mainstream media is not giving her attention. There may be those of you who disagree with my position on this. If so, it's okay. It's okay if you disagree. Just please be respectful about it. She has scars on her forearms. Please read between the lines. I don't want to trigger anybody. Hi, Karen. Just please use your critical thinking skills and think about why would she have scars, plural, on her forearms, plural. Okay? And think about what Where the Wind Blows put in our chat a little while ago. Hi, Donna Odom. There was no Amber Alert issued because law enforcement, well, they said she didn't qualify. So let's quickly go over this article, which I want to give full credit to ABC Channel 7 on your side. That is a Little Rock, Arkansas, one of our major mainstream media stations here in Arkansas. The article is entitled Missing Endangered Arkansas Teen Found Safe. Please remember, this is about her running away in the past. Credit goes to Scott Carroll. And this article was published on Wednesday, August 12th of 2020. So almost 2 years ago. Very, very short. Very short. And here's the opinion I was going to give that y'all may disagree with me. And that it's okay if you do. But I hope that you will remain open-minded. Just because she's a runaway does not make her less important than one who has been kidnapped or one who has been abducted. There's a difference. Kidnapping involves ransom. And abduction does not necessarily, okay? We don't know that she's literally run away again. But if she keeps running away and she has scars on her forearms, there's something going on. We can see in our chat, I can't change the chat that I have on the screen right now from Brianna while I'm screen sharing. I don't know how. But Chief B saying they're all important. And Elizabeth Lander is saying, and this what keeps sticking in my head, it makes her more vulnerable. She's a troubled teen, and she is important on Lip Locked No More. And I hope she will be important to you. Obviously, this picture would have been from then, when she's 15. Timeline, Little Rock KATV, from Wednesday, August 12th, 2020. Arkansas authorities say a missing and endangered teenager was found safe Wednesday night. Abby McCool was found at a family member's home in Fort Smith. Y'all, Fort Smith is on the Arkansas-Oklahoma border. The state line runs through Siloam Springs and Fort Smith. It's clear on the other side of the state, the western side of the state. And this baby comes from central Arkansas. All of the places, the towns that come up are down around Little Rock, thereabouts. Okay? CABOT is what is commonly referred to as a bedroom community for professionals working in Metro Little Rock. And then they have a short drive home to a very pleasant, upscale, CABOT's pretty much upscale. I know y'all know, of course we know, every town has its areas, those who are less fortunate, those who don't have the privileges that some others might have. And I'm not saying this young lady comes from privilege. I don't know. I'm just characterizing for you the community of Cabot, Arkansas. Okay, going on. It says state police said Abby McCool, 15, was originally last seen at her home in Keogh about 1 p.m. Sunday. She has been known to walk away from home, but has always returned or been found in a few days. Officials believe McCool could have been in the England area. As an aside, England is a town in Arkansas. It's down in the what we call the Rice Belt. And Arkansas has 5 distinct geographical areas. We're the only state in the Union that does. We're the only state in the Union with a mountain range that runs east to west, by the way. But England, Arkansas is down where the Delta country starts and the rice farming begins, mostly, and cottonseed. So here again, I want to remind you that I am not saying this, and it doesn't matter if she comes from privilege. And it doesn't matter if her family is so dirt poor that they're barely scraping by and doing the best they can do with what they have available to them. Her socioeconomic status is absolutely irrelevant, even if I knew it. Oh, Brianna. It's the adoptive family that lives in Cabot. Brianna, honey, is she legally adopted? Can you help us? Don't dox anybody. Don't, Brianna, I can tell you know how to do this. Do you know if she is legally adopted by this family? Yeah, single mom of 4 is saying nothing matters except Abigail being found. Now, I think we can safely speculate that she has run away again. Precious Chaos, what are you saying, honey? Now, we want to be sure that we want to make sure that we know we're sharing. Anybody who sees this as a rewatch, what we're doing is we're sharing our feelings and our thoughts, our opinions, our own personal experiences, as well as the experiences of others in similar cases. So I realize that this could be a triggering statement, but I feel it's an important one. Abigail is not well. Now, I'm going to add for Precious Chaos the caveat, just because I feel I should, that this is our opinion. I'm putting it on the screen because I agree with Precious Chaos's opinion. Abigail is not well. Perhaps undiagnosed mental health, as she is self-harming, in our opinion. And Precious Chaos is very worried about her well-being. And it seems that she was struggling with depression, etc. And Precious Chaos is praying that Abigail McCool is found safe. Y'all, I looked at Google Maps. Now here again, I'm familiar with Cabot. we go through Cabot to go see my in-laws who live in North Little Rock. My husband was born and raised in North Little Rock, Arkansas. He knows that area down there like the back of his hand. 20 years ago, Cabot was if you blinked, you'd miss it when you went through it. Now it's on the Pulaski County line, and it's where most people go to buy alcohol, because many counties and surrounding counties down there are what you call dry counties. There are no packaged liquor stores, no bars, no beer joints, no taverns. The only place you'd be able to get an alcoholic beverage would be in a private club where you have to have a membership, or a fraternal organization such as VFW, American Legion, Eagles, Moose, Elks, something like that. I don't know why I said Eagles. I meant Elks. I'm sorry. The fraternal type organizations that are allowed to have private cantinas. Now, here's why that part of it bothers me. Don't drink any more, but used to drink a lot and used to run to Cabot a lot to get my beer and everything else that I wanted, buy a shopping cart full, because I drove 40 minutes one way to get there, right? Well, guess what? So does everybody else. Cabot, as I mentioned earlier, is right off of US Highway 167, which is a major, it's like a freeway. Median in the middle. It looks like an interstate. Just about it. For a little while. And then you get off of 167 there at Cabot to come up here. You get off down yonder to come up here where I live. So I know that little hub. All them babies, the liquor stores are huge. Most of them, they're really big, like warehouse type packaged liquor stores with people a coming and going. And I have gone down there to the one that I particularly went to that was a warehouse type. And I would go in the morning after Bob had gone to work and, get the stock up, not bootlegging, but if you had a neighbor that wanted you to grab them a bottle of wine while you were there, and like I say, not bootlegging, you just grab them a bottle of wine, and it's fair exchange and whatnot. So, but at 9 or so in the morning in Cabot, Arkansas, at the liquor stores, there would be a parking lot full of pickup trucks of guys headed to work, like electricians, contractors, subcontractors. At 9 o'clock in the morning, buying beer and putting it in coolers out in the parking lot and popping a top off of one as they were getting back into their pickup truck to drive to the job site. I don't know which direction she walked. There's no information. Which way did she go? She walked away from her home? Which way? I'm sorry. But give us something to go on. Did she walk east, north, south, west? Or is there other family there? This is an adopted family. Where are her real people? Where are her bio people? Where is she? She's been gone. She walked away from her home on April the 15th, y'all. Today is the 22nd. That's 7 days. I'm sorry I'm getting emotional, but as Precious Chaos brought out, yes, Precious, there would be, but law enforcement's not telling it. Let me pull up the Cabot Police Department. I'm getting emotional. I'm very sorry. Because Emma, it does sound so familiar. Y'all know me. I want to look out my back door and for that little girl to be walking down the street and for me to say, Abigail, come here, honey, come here. All right. Sorry. Give me a second. My vision blurred because I started crying. If there's anybody in here that wants to make fun of it, go have at it. Okay, let's see. Cabot Police Department. Okay, here we go. Hi, Rosemary and Todd. Okay, this is the Facebook page for the Cabot, Arkansas Police Department. And this is Abigail. I don't know how to make it bigger. I wish I could get it closer for you, but all you have to do is Google her name. Y'all know how to do this. But let's read it. The original post was on April 19th at 1 p.m. Why wasn't she posted on April 15th? She's a teenager who's in trouble. Law enforcement knows that she has something going on because she keeps running away. She's even running away from, Brianna has shared with us, adoptive parents. This baby needs help. Why did it take 4 days to post her on your... thank you, Cabot PD, for putting her up, but why did you wait 4 days? Then we get an update here on April 20th, 2022 at 9:24 hours, and that would be 9:24 a.m., where they added an additional photo from the legal guardian. Legal guardian. And that has 3 asterisks. Well, that's just because it's part of the title. Okay, Cabot Police Department press release. The Cabot Police Department is currently asking for the public's help. And as I said last night in the live for Abigail, that's us. The Cabot, Arkansas Police Department, Municipal Police Department, is asking us to help them. Let's see if we can. All right, they're asking for our help in locating 17-year-old Abigail McCool. Abigail was last seen on April 15th, 2022, walking from her residence on Sun Valley Road, located in Cabot, Arkansas. Abigail McCool was last seen wearing tie-dyed shorts and an unknown colored t-shirt. Abigail is described as a white female, approximately 5'3" tall, weighing 140 pounds, with brown hair and green eyes. Abigail has scars on her forearms as well. If anyone has any information on the whereabouts of Abigail, they are urged to contact the Cabot Police Department, and that is the number that is scrolling on your screen right now, at 501-843-6526, or call your local law enforcement agency. I'm in Heber Springs, 40, give or take, miles north. Wouldn't take long if this baby was hitchhiking, for instance, just for instance. If somebody picked her up or she was to go to hitchhiking, God forbid. But with Cabot being right there on 167, which comes off onto Highway 5, which comes here, and we are a tourist-based economy. We've got the lake, we've got the rivers. There are people who come all the way from, well, I say all the way like it's forever away, but people come here from Memphis, from Missouri, from Oklahoma, from Texas, from Louisiana, to this town and this surrounding area for a number of different water sports as well as hiking. Okay, y'all get the picture. When it comes to local law enforcement, is it probable? Probably no, but it is possible. 40 minutes drive. She could literally be here in my town. And if I saw her, I wouldn't call Cabot. I would do what Cabot Police Department has asked me to do. I would call the Heber Springs City Police Department at the request of Sergeant Chris Riley of the Cabot Police Department. And he is in the Professional Standards Division. He is the Public Information Officer. So I'm going to stop sharing that. And take that down. I'm getting a little bit better with the sharing, honeys. What are you saying, Elizabeth? Elizabeth said, I told you 2 of our kids made it across the coast. They are resourceful. And y'all, you know, at my age, back when I was a kid, you could still do some hitchhiking in the 60s. I'm sorry, my hair. Back in the 60s and 70s, it was still relatively, but I wouldn't get in a car. Heck, there's some people I know I wouldn't get in a car with. Yeah, Grand Dragon. Bring Abigail home. Where is she? Where are you, Abby? Does she have a phone? Does she have ID? Does she need medication that she didn't take with her? We don't know. Thank you, Where the Wind Blows. Lisa Irwin said 3 of mine made it to California from Kansas. It was insane. They ran away from dad to mom. Yeah, baby. I don't have any direct experience with anybody running away. But I do have a granddaughter who is now fully for years recovered. But she has scars on her arms too. And it took us a long time to find out why. And it was a babysitter. A female babysitter. From when she was a toddler, preschooler. Took us a long time to find out. She's a grown woman now, a very good mother with a professional career, and hasn't done anything in a long, long time. And likely never will. But I want y'all to know that that is another one of the reasons why Abigail McCool, it's not just that she could be in my backyard right at this moment. I remember a call years ago, over a decade. My son, we need you at such and such hospital, Mama. Up until that moment, I didn't know it had been happening. She was 14. No? It's been more than a decade. It's been almost 2. Almost 2 decades. Wow. Middle of the night, I didn't know anything about any of it. And she wouldn't talk to anybody but her grandma. Me. So I made everybody else leave the hospital room. I told her daddy. Her mama was at home because they had little ones, they had a baby. And I just made them leave the room. And I sat down on the hospital bed beside her. And I said, talk to Grandma, talk to me. And she did. And we got her help and she got well. Backwoods, Georgia girl is saying, my mom is a McCool from Arkansas. Backwoods, Georgia girl, honey, I don't know. Because that's an unusual last name, isn't it? I'd never heard it before. And Brianna, are you still in here, honey? Because I was going to ask Brianna if you're still here. I totally missed when I screen share. I can't see the chat. And I forgot to, hi, Esther. Esther saying McCool is an Irish surname. That makes sense, Esther, yeah. Okay, here's Brianna. Brianna, I will continue to keep up with all this to the best of my ability. I'm hoping to speak with the stepmother this evening and find out about medications, etc., to try and put forth at least an endangered. Oh, Brianna, please, darling, keep us posted as best you can. Brianna, do you have a channel, honey? Where, Brianna? No, you don't. Oh, Brianna, I wish I knew how to bring you up on my channel so you could sit here and talk to us about it. I mean, not right now, honey, but like on another live. You wouldn't have to show your face. You could sit behind one of those, what do you call them, the avatar thing? Oh, you can see my bra straps. Why didn't you tell me? Good Lord, how undignified. Brianna, if I can figure out how to have a guest, would you please consider, just consider, talking to us? Everyone wants you to, but honey, I'm a techno idiot. I've had some people just help me kind of figure some things out, and also just kind of like follow the prompts kind of thing. Backwoods Georgia girl says, my grandfather worked for Lineberger, who built, yeah, Lineberger did build Bentonville. Backwoods Georgia girl, honey, I hope you'll come back when we're addressing the McCool case. If there's anything you can find out that you can share that's not doxing or anything like that, we would be more than happy to have you join us and chat. Hi, darling. Ruby Pearl, honey, you started a fire with me during your live last night. Ruby, when you did your live last night, well, you know, because I was there on Trinity case, and you're going to be doing that deeper dive. This is embarrassing. You're going to be doing that deeper dive on Trinity and the circumstances, the perps, etc. You mentioned, honey, this little girl. And you mentioned that she wasn't getting coverage. And I thought, well, Ruby's covering Trinity in that case. I'm in Arkansas. Arctic has already done a piece. Arctic Fox True Crime had already done a little piece for Abigail. And I thought, well, Ruby's investing her time on that case. Ruby, I don't want there to be any kind of a, Ellie has made it as emphatically made it clear in one particular article that we're not to confuse these two girls. So I'm not confused about them, who's who, but I want there to not be any kind of a connection, and I'm sure there isn't, because this baby has run away before. Y'all, please check out Ruby Pearl. She's here in Arkansas. She's in a little bit different area. And if we keep this up, we're going to have the state covered, and we're just going to have a little Arkansas crew of YouTubers over here trying to help. And on other occasions, just come up live and sometimes just check our jaws about anything and everything. So, darlings, I have one other article here. Well, there are several articles, but darlings, they say the same thing. They all say what law enforcement has told us with nothing. I mean, I want to know, has this baby got a phone? If she does she have a charger? Because if nothing else, she can walk into a McDonald's and plug in to charge. Does she have ID? Does she have any money? Can she buy food and water? Yes, Donna, she's a pretty girl. A pretty girl. And in this photo, which is one of only 3, When we get through with this, I haven't been able to figure out how to get pictures out of my email and up onto this screen for y'all to see. So I'll show you some pictures that were emailed to me by Angel Talks Too Fast last night during my live. And I'll just hold my phone up to the camera. I don't know right now what else to do, but a little bit better pictures. This is one of the pictures, but it's a full body in the picture I'll show you. But, you know, it's blurry because the baby's she's waving her arm. It's not very good resolution. I can't even make out what's behind her. It looks like wood paneling that's been painted over, but it's like a screenshot of a screenshot, and so there are too many textures. But as y'all can see here, honeys, I'm sorry I didn't take Carrie's comment down to reveal the article, but I think you can see it above. But honeys, it doesn't say anything. Sorry. Doggone it. Stop. It says, babies, the same things we just learned from the face. It's the same information. So evidently, mainstream media has nothing more available to them than what is on the CABOT PD. Hi, Izzy Rose. On the CABOT PD Facebook page. We need more information, CABOT PD. They don't like to talk to YouTubers. And if that's all they're going to give to mainstream media, Brianna, honey, I sure hope you can. Now, baby, I noticed, and I wanted to get clear, these are not step parents, right? These are people who legally adopted her. Lisa, I know, honey. Lisa, she's only 17. I don't even have a DOB. I don't even have date of birth on her. So Brianna is going to try to find out. And Brianna doesn't have a channel. So Brianna, you have my email. Right? I hope. I'm going to. And Carrie, honey, would you drop my Facebook connection? It's also on my about page on the channel here on Lip Lock No More, because honestly, you will get a hold of me much more easily and get a response out of me much more quickly if you instant message me on Facebook. Tell me, for instance, if it were Brianna, you would say, hi, this is username Brianna, so that I know it's you. And then I will accept. And okay, Elizabeth Lander is saying not yet legally. Why is running away, damn it, Ruby Pearl? Yes, baby, because after you got me started. Correct. Okay, adoptive on the final papers are set for June. Could it be she did? Speculation, because the only facts we have are what I've shared with you from CABOT PD. And from an article from 2020 telling us that baby ran away when she was 15. So mere speculation, could it be she doesn't want to be adopted? Is she wanting to get, thank you, Carrie. Is she wanting to get, does she want her real people? Why is she, Well, Ruby, you said it better than me. Why is she running away? What's going on with this young girl? It's so dangerous. And right now, she's out there somewhere. And I can't find a place of peace inside myself right now towards her because, hi, Kim Olson, because I don't know. Yes, Crime and Justice, she was found with a family member in Fort Smith. And how did she even get to Fort Smith? Did she hitchhike? Did somebody halfway decent pick her up? Not halfway decent. Did somebody decent pick her up on the interstate and carry her to Fort Smith and drop her off? Does she have substance abuse issues? Does she have SA issues? Has she been AR'd? Has she been neglected? Has she been emotionally abused? Physically abused other than SA? We don't know. I don't know what rads are. Where the wind blows, what are rads? I don't know what that is. Oh, radioactive attachment disorder. Reactive. I'm sorry. Reactive attachment disorder. Let me write that down. I don't know anything about it. Elizabeth, you're a social worker, right? I don't want to dox you. Don't answer that if... Kim Olson, you're Kimmy. Okay, honey. What was it? Reactive. Let me scroll back up here. Thank y'all for being patient. I'm not going to go much longer here because there's not much high AP. Elizabeth, where did you put that? A hard time attaching to others. Reactive attachment. SIFT is saying reactive attachment disorder is real and extremely challenging. Reactive attachment disorder. Honey, sweeties, is that anything like, yes, Rosemary Time, thank you for thanking Elizabeth. I'm pretty sure it's Elizabeth that has put in our chat before that, hi, Florida Boy 386, welcome over. It's good to see you. I'm so sorry, Florida Boy, if you were over at Angel's. I know Angel has been live and I mod for her, but I told my viewers last night, that I would be doing a live this morning on this young lady, Abigail McCool, and I like to keep my word even when I'm going live when one of my YouTube friends is live. Reactive attachment disorder. I've never heard of it. Is it anything like, Carrie? Because, see, I thought my granddaughter was diagnosed with disassociate. Of course, this was almost 2 decades ago. Maybe names have changed. Okay, so, and here again, y'all, I'm not seeing Elizabeth confirming or denying, and I don't want to steer you wrong, but I'm pretty sure that I think that we can rest assured that Elizabeth knows what she's talking about. when it comes to these things. Okay, so you're saying Crime and Justice is saying this is clearly a child that needs help. She's going through a lot of changes and needs to support to navigate the situation. We've got to, I know when I say things like we've got to find her, usually there's going to be somebody that'll come up in comments afterwards and go, well, what are you now, law enforcement? Some jerk. But 99.99999% of my viewers and those in my live chat and comments know what I mean when I say we have got to find her. We are the public, and we are being asked by Cabot, Arkansas Police Department for help. So what can we do? Get the name out, post the description, post the pictures. Okay. Izzy Rose is saying, yes, our children had a hard time adjusting, but once they seen that we had a bunch of love for them and patience, it turned out great, and they still call me mom. I don't know what goes wrong. So Elizabeth, honey, okay, thank you for backing me up and letting my viewers know that you are who I think you are. Is it like this? I can't remember exactly what they called it, but it seems like almost 20 years ago with my granddaughter that they called it dissociative disorder. Like she couldn't really connect closely with anybody but me. Because of what this babysitter had done to her when she was little that we didn't know about. Sifta says that Crime and Justice, I raised my niece starting at 3. It was extremely challenging. She turned out to be a beautiful, caring adult. So did my granddaughter. It took a lot of love and work, but it's been worth it. She's 29 now. Thank you for sharing that with us, Sifta. We the people, Florida boy. We the people insist on CBS reform, Amber Alert reform. And as a YouTuber, not that it'll do any good, but I insist on YouTube reform. And I insist on mainstream media reform. Darlings, do you know the slogan in mainstream media news? It's a trigger warning, but I'm going to tell it to you anyway because it's true. You've probably heard it in a movie or on a television show. It's not made up. When it comes to television news, if it bleeds, it leads. So a 17-year-old runaway who may have reactive attachment disorder, maybe, who needs help, is out there somewhere, either alone or with God knows who. Not knowing if she has any way to communicate, to get help, any money to buy food or water. She was wearing shorts and a t-shirt. It has been raining and cold until today, for 3 days. Did she take a backpack? Nobody says she did. So did she just leave with the shorts and the t-shirt? Was she wearing shoes? And here again, which direction did she walk away, and who saw her walking? And why the hell didn't they stop her? All right, babies, I guess I better, I'm sorry. My regular viewers, those of you that are here all the time, I can't help it. I cannot help it. I had some problems in my life with the essay and the stuff, but my mother never knew about it. I grew up in a loving family. So I don't understand all this business that's going on. I grew up in a different time. And my children and my grandchildren constantly remind me, Grandma, it is not the world you grew up in. And boy, howdy, don't I know it since I got up here on YouTube. I asked my husband the other day, I said, has there always been this many missing people, this many missing children, this many babies being hurt, this many failures, this many parents killing their kids? Or do I just know about it because of what I'm doing now? I'm so sorry. I'm going to read you one of my brother's poems, and then I'm going to sign off. And spend the rest of my day wondering, where is Abigail McCool? Wanting to get in my car and drive down the road and see if I could see her. So, as always, when I read one of my brother's poems, maybe, I'm sorry, I'm so emotional. I'm so sorry I won't be able to come back to chat and talk to you today. I'm really sorry. I will on another day, okay? The only time I throw this out about copyright is when I read one of my dead brother's poems. Anybody can play anything that I've got. You can even replay the poems, but don't you ever claim them to be your own. He was a secret poet. He died December 9th of 1999 of lung cancer. And these are his poems. He was a Pisces. The best. This is called A Secret Place. I'll tell you what, let me mute and blow my nose. Let me just mute for a minute. Okay, thank you. I can read a little bit better if I'm not quite so stuffy. And like I said, on the next live, I won't, uh, yeah. Stop crying and stay strong. That's right, R.K. Gill, Nature Beauty. Stop that crying. That's right. So, look, I wore all my lipstick off. And I need a sip of soda pop. I want to remind you of this, too. This was sent to me by our confidential source in Kingsport, Tennessee. That person is not a YouTuber. Doesn't have nothing to do with YouTube nor missing kid. Don't have nothing to do with none of it. Hadn't got a dang thing to do with summer nor nothing else. Just a really good friend of mine that lives down yonder and knows all them woods and all them pig trails and everything else. And this is what that person sent me to remind me as a YouTuber what we're about. Oops. United we stand. Divided we fall. Which reminds me of a song. Oh, united we stand, divided we fall. And if our backs are ever up against the wall, we'll be together, together, you and I. Okay. My brother liked to practice writing his poetry in the different forms that poetry is written. And I don't know the real term, but this is one that is 3 lines, not 4. You know what I mean? The syntax and the move and the sway of a poem and the way it will flow. And generally, we're most comfortable and familiar with 4-line stanzas in a poem or a song. But this is written in 3s. So it flows a little different. And it's called A Secret Place. Got to move my keyboard so I don't accidentally tap something and escape. RK, I was just noticing your avatar. I like the destroyer because you have to destroy to create. Okay. Hi, Checking Convictions. Hi, Salem Slammer. Like I said, I promise next live, I'll get real focused on chat. This was an emotional one. It's not always this way. All right. The copyright on this poem, A Secret Place, is May of 1989 by Roy Dale Cunningham, my brother. I am the current copyright holder, Susan Brewer. A Secret Place. Faint aglow thy lantern light, pierce yet gently, sweet good night, and let thoughts' whimsies soar. Into that secret silent sea, where ills be gone and life is free, unto thy gentle peace. Escape from life's unending chore, Gone fishing sign hung on the door. Respite from day's request. A gaze into dim lantern's light, pale aura burn, but dimly bright, and ease thy sorrow's will. A world that be your very own, a sanctuary all alone, from hasty life, reprieve. Where dread of day doth disappear, and thoughts of tomorrow have no fear, 'tis safe in fancy's flight. Where battles won and love not lost, and daydreams be the only cost, for I am champion here. Here I'm the best that I can be, and none to taunt, for none to see. Know where my thoughts abide, where children's play anew begin, and life grown old be young again. No room for bitter thought. Here man can be his secret self, no mere number on a shelf, and childhood dreams come true. It has a name, this reverie, of id's own world, so trouble-free. 'Tis called Utopia. The end. I want to make sure that you were clear that he said capital I-D as in David. Id, not it. A lot of you probably know what id is, and maybe you'd like to know more about id, ID. So, I love you all very much, and as usual, the closing. I would tell you all to behave yourselves, but why would I waste my breath and your time when we all know you ain't gonna do it? So, have fun, but be safe. And don't ever forget for 1 minute, I always love you, no matter what. And I'll see you on the flip-flop, whether you like it or not. End broadcast.